tomato, some avocado, and for our vegetables, and then just our sauce is going to be parsley, and it's going to be sort of a vinaigrette. That's what I want. Vinaigrette kind of sauce with it. It's going to be, you know, neat little appetizer for chips or. So there's our onion. And we've got 4 of these sort of Roma or plum tomatoes here. And I just kind of dice them. These don't really need to be seeded. They sort of seed themselves, if you will. There's not as many seeds and not as much juice in this kind of tomato. They're a little bit more firm. So I like to use these. No, I thought, well, you know, he's a good dad and all that, so you can overlook the non-cooking stuff. You know. And he's very, you know, when I try new recipes, just the other day I was talking about the chili style spaghetti, and he's very good, you know, eats it, didn't finish, which I always knew was a problem. And I said, well, did you like that? Yeah, it was good. And I'm like, well, gee, we're going to have it again tomorrow night. No, I don't think so. No, he's a good sport. Okay. This is the way I cut. We all know how to cut avocados. Round like that around the seed and twist it off, and this should come right out. Should is the op word here. Nope. That one's really stuck. We don't want to lose that. Okay. Let's see if this one will work. Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know if you can plant this or not. Don't ask that. Now, you can do, here's a spoon. You can do this spoon thing. If you get in the spoon in between the skin and the avocado meat, it pops right out. Sometimes. There we go. That worked. That's pretty good. Usually I mess that up, and I just end up peeling them. Because you can just, if you can do it with a spoon, to me you can do it with your fingers. So just remember, you kind of feel the avocado, and if it gives a little bit, then you know it's soft enough. If it's a little bit hard, just wait a couple of days. You can either put them in a paper bag or, you know, just leave them out on the counter. You don't want to refrigerate them. But if you've got a hard one that feels hard, don't cut it to see whether it really is as hard as you think it is. Because it probably is, and then you're going to have to eat it. Because avocados, for the most part, do not last. A lot of times in something like this, if you're making guacamole, or a lot of avocado recipes will call for some kind of citrus, lemon juice, and that, you know, it's the same thing as you would put on apples. It keeps them from getting brown. Okay. There's our avocado. All right, so we've got our vegetables. Let me wash my hands a minute. Okay. So our tomatoes, our avocados, and our red onion are in here. And now we're going to put our feta in here. I'm going to chop some of that up a little bit.
Is that a whole container of that or half?
It's a whole one because this is a 4-ounce container, depending on what size you buy. Okay, so there's just a plain, I like just the plain feta for this. Okay. All right. You can find this in both. This particular brand, the Alouette brand, is found in the specialty cheesecake case in the Bakery Deli. In the back of the store where we have the cheese and the eggs, there's also containers of blue cheese. I think there's gorgonzola and the feta are back there. Those are a little bit different sizes, as that's the only difference. So it's not with the hanging bags of cheese, it's like up in the top of the case. All right, so our vegetables are ready. Now we're going to mix up our little sauce for this. We'll get rid of this slimy part. Okay, we'll chop a little bit of fresh parsley. And I brought this, I brought this down, the fresh parsley, but then I thought, you know how we have that Lighthouse brand? That would be good because that's most like fresh if you didn't want to buy the fresh parsley. Because we don't use a whole lot of this, so you got a lot of that left. All right. I'm going to roll it up as small as we can, get our finger out of the way. Now notice we're using parsley rather than cilantro, so this is going to be a little bit different flavor than regular guacamole. Okay, I just need a tablespoon of that. All right. Then we've got a little red wine vinegar. We've got a little bit of olive oil, some garlic, and some oregano and salt. And that's it for that. Let's get these. So not a whole lot of juice. Okay. So we're going to put it on our vegetables. Is this what? When I tasted it earlier, I didn't feel like it did. So I think you can eat this almost right away. Now, if you did need to make it ahead of time, I would not put the avocado in. Make everything else up and put the avocado in last. Because, you know, as you can see, you'll be able to see what I mean when I pull the other one out. We're going to put this on a plate. Avocados are good, but they're not very durable, if you will. And they start to sort of break down. They're still good, but sometimes the look isn't that good. Okay, here's our avocado tomato salsa, which we're going to serve with chips. And I'll show you what I mean. This is the one I made earlier. I made this about 3 o'clock. And you can see already, same thing, did the same thing. Already this kind of change in color. Like I said, it's still good, but it just changes the color a little bit, the consistency, you know, the vinegar sort of breaks down the avocado and the tomato a little bit, and of course the citrus or the acid in the tomato will break down the avocado too. So just kind of keep that in mind. You know, if you saw this not against this, then this would look fine. But you know, just knowing that this is a few hours old, this is just made. So when you're making this, do everything but put the avocado in at the last minute.